Have you ever been made to feel small in front of everyone? Judged without knowing who you are, what you carry inside the music. How was for paid for the portrait of her late mother, as Jules was thrown at her that morning. Layla up from an earlier than usual, and her eyes, and her eyes, and her eyes, and her eyes carried a sadness you can neither teach nor fake. The other students stared at her like she smelled strange. Some snickered quietly, others whispered things they would never dare say at home. Loved, they would have seen each step was a small act of courage. That day, the teacher asked them to bring a family portrait. It was her mother in military uniform, standing beside a folded flag and a medal. Her voice trembled with the boys interrupted looking. The crew lost all in the school. The laughter was instant, but when she reached Layla, she bought great juice over the photo. Ooh, ooh, oops, was your mommy one of those? Yeah. Have you ever had to wait for your moment? Layla didn't cry, she didn't beg. Turned to her friends, triumphant, but none of them laughed. Something in Layla's composure cracked the mockery. A deep voice with a heavy accent said just one sentence: my daughter is there. Don't mess with her. I'm not a man who gives second warnings, not a stone, but the kind of rain that seems to whisper secrets from the past. Layla was crossing the avenue on her way to school when she saw him on was completely overcast, and the wind draws out the trees like they were warning her. Layla had left the house alone, like a waste. Her mother was gone, and her father but somehow he didn't feel like a stranger. There was something in the way he stood alert. It stirred something in her memory. The old days when soldiers whispered in low voices to her mother, when tactics were drawn in silence behind closed doors. Didn't question it, she just took it. And when she turned back to look, didn't question it. He had vanished out in the school restroom, alone. Layla broke the seal. Inside was a single note. Use what your mother taught you. No one touches a carrot head twice. Be Layla froze. The name her mother made her bury before she was even old enough to ask why. But in certain circles, even after all this time, crying over your little photo again, she don't it. Layla didn't answer, but this time in the city, three men stared at a copy of the exact same letter. Layla had just received one of them spoke. Is Layla Kerem back? The oldest man lit a cigarette with a shaky hand. She doesn't know who she is yet, he said. Stop staying silent. That day, in front of 200 students, they dumped a lunch tray on her face. It waits for the right moment to strike. The cafeteria the center of the spectacle. Fed 100, that's watching you as your dignity hit the floor with your food. One helped, no one stood up. Night giving command, the teacher who seemed to care, he walked from across the jagged folded it carefully, and then and from her backpack a small blue notebook flipped that IT landed open on the floor. Not school notes, not poetry. It's this. He asked, love, Layla didn't answer. Someone hacked the school system data, and an anonymous email was sent to every teacher that he had. O's names. Word was signed. Kerem was it. Layla, who else is playing this game? The one who loved you most. 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 That night, Layla heard her father's real name for the first time. Not the one on her birth certificate, but the one that made half the city tremble. That idea was rush. She walked like the darkness to her name, that in her pocket. No. Oh, the time 10:15 p.m. That evening. Just one line. If you want to know who your father really was, come here alone. The house was abandoned. Stepped inside without hesitation. Ever stood so close to the truth that it hurt more than any lie. I stepped inside without hesitation. Ever wondered if the answer destroy those who hurt them, but the world rewrote his story. They feared him because they couldn't tie him. They handed her wooden baptized in cycle of letters. Softly he kept trackers. Everyone who harmed others, everyone who stayed silent. Layla said nothing. Her entire life, she believed her father had abandoned them, but that night never meant to read it unless you made it this far. And now it's yours. You a letter Brains are building the end. I don't know who you think you are, young lady. Brains are building the end. But if you keep creating chaos, you'll be expelled. Let lies to hold straight there. Turn to leave. Expel me, or admit you're afraid. He said nothing. After school, you'll be a follow. Don't trust anyone until they come out. Come from an enemy. It comes from the one who promised to protect you. And the dawns that day take wild, invisible, but something mother trains her daughter to survive. She doesn't teach her to cry. She teaches her to resist, and if necessary, to strike back. And a man to begin her revenge without ever dirtying her hands. The basement smelled like dust. Old wood. It was the one place her mother had forbidden. Only a broken things down there. She used to say, but now, with the name burned into the metal, captains in a carrot hand, she opened it slowly inside. Survival by strategy on the first page. Her mother had written words of one before the first bullet is fired. You and no one else would. Layla read every page. How to observe without being seen. How to manipulate perception. How to destabilize power quickly. How to and wait that the final section stand her blacklist confidential. Names and among them blood run cold. Her mother knew long before dying. She had prepared for this parents, teachers, even the breaths were there. Layla stirred up, made me think. Speaking publicly, where you can silence me. The principal tried to shut her down, but the school board director stood approach. Tried to speak, but she looked him straight in the eyes and whispered, I trusted you. Approach. You trusted your fear. Now I trust was a name that made glasses shake and conversations freeze. Capra and the invitation had come with no explanation. Promoting with students, parents, and faculty to promote unity. Out of it's not safe, but Layla had already made up her mind. She wore a single black dress. Sometimes it just walks into the room. I get lost. Have you ever returned to a place where they try to break you just to prove you're no longer breakable? Silverware and behind every smile the brains of both sat at the head. Come on, lingered at the edge, avoiding her eyes. When Layla was called to be introduced, the announcer hesitated. Spilled wine. Luke laughed mockingly. That name doesn't impress anyone. Spilled wine. Layla turned to her. Come and cold. I'm not here to impress. I'm here to remind you. Hide behind his name. Layla smile. Then why does your voice shake when you say to woman near the sinner toast of dead flow? Suffocate in silence. That day is the dinner ended, and older woman with silver hair, brush Layla. Use it at all. What's in the envelope? Who has his secretly on Layla's side? Use it at all. And how long until the whole land, the whole country knows the full truth about the Kerem's? Sometimes memories Oh, proud, nothing would ever be the same. We're just away with lullabies and war songs. She lived again now, because some truths need found, not electricity. Uniform, her father, sharp eye, protective, now likely dead, and the fourth of child, her blue, her 3 years old. I fell to that, felt like a dream you weren't supposed to remember. One that didn't just show a memory but triggered one, yet smiling, yet smiling, yet smiling, yet smiling. A promise whispered before the dog swallowed him. She looked again at the fourth man. He wasn't just an ally, he was close, approach. Don't steal the peace we fought so hard to give her. Layla's post rose approach. She'd heard that name before in whispers, in it was only a symbol, but something felt off. It led to an abandoned government target known only to high-ranking officers that the citizen said she would. I have the glass building hidden behind hills, a biometric scanner was box 135E. She placed the brain on the scanner. It believed on folder marked classified, stamped with the insignia of the same government that claimed her father was a fugitive, and they sealed in envelope with one word: video. Aged and shaky, but clear. She paused, visibly emotional. Your father didn't betray us, he saved us. System overload to blood. He handed over your location, and your fighter died because of it. The screen glitched for a moment. Ghosts return to make peace. Some come back to finish what they